Hello, this is MakerJan1 coming to you with another garden update video. Today is April 3rd. Things are doing pretty good. Especially the lettuce is doing very good. I have a little bit of I think slug problems right here on some of the lettuce, but that's not a real big problem. So I might set up some of those little, I'll take a tuna can and dig a hole and put the tuna can so that the edges are flush. And then I'll put a little bit of beer in there, and the slugs for some reason like the beer and they drowned in there, and that usually takes care of them. Well, at least that's what I've heard. I haven't tried it yet, but so I might try that sometime. But yeah, the lettuce is doing very good. The spinach is coming along there. This lettuce, which actually these seeds, not many came up of these because they're from like 2004, so that's why they didn't come up very good. But I've got dill coming up all over the place. As you can see, there's some right there, there's some here and there, but that's pretty good. So the radishes, there's a few pretty big ones in here. I've eaten a few of them. I think the biggest one so far was about 1 inch in diameter. That one's pretty big there. The spring onions aren't doing too bad either. These are the carrots. Then there's parsley, and that's the parsley from last year, which is doing really good. This will probably go to flower this year, though, because I think that parsley is a biannual. So it takes two. So the first year it just has greens, and then the second year it's going to have a flower, and then after that, I think it's supposed to die off. I planted basil here. It's doing a little bit. There's a few coming up. It might have frozen. I'm not really sure. So I did have plastic over it, but it might have froze. I don't know. The broccoli's doing really good, though. It's grown a lot, and nothing's eating it. Last year I had problems with. I did cauliflower last year, and it got eaten really fast. The cabbage isn't doing bad either. That's the best cabbage plant too. That one's doing really good. The tomatoes aren't doing too bad, I guess. This one's gotten frozen a lot of times, but I think it'll come back up from here. These are doing pretty good. Let's see. I had a few pepper plants. I think 2 of them died, but I've got some inside that I will plant. And then I've got my peas. They're finally coming up. Took them a little while, but I've got a bunch of peas coming up. And I just planted these like 5 days ago, and they're already germinated and started to come up. These are more radishes. Let's see what else. All these little onions I planted everywhere, they're coming up. I'm probably gonna have an overload of onions, but that's okay, I guess. But they were only like 50 cents for, I don't know, there was probably at least 100 in there in the package. The strawberries are doing really good. That's the biggest one there. This one's got loaded with flowers and little strawberries all over. These strawberries I got from the woods, they're not doing too much yet. But they're surviving. The strawberry spinach is looking okay. It probably isn't going to do that well this year, but because a lot of the foliage died off, but it should do okay. Some of the strawberry stuff is starting to form on there, or the flowers. And my potatoes, they finally came up. So they're doing pretty good. So yeah, there's a bunch of plants in here. So then when they get about a foot tall, I'll pull this dirt around them. And then after that, once they get another foot tall, I'll put mulch around them, I think. So yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah. And I usually, when I water stuff, I usually just water the lettuce down there, and the peas and the radishes up here. But the rest of it I don't water much. And usually when I water all of that, it uses about 2 gallons, I think, which is pretty good actually. So yeah, thanks for watching.